Alrighty, it's Callie again. Today I am doing a daredevil. My friend Amanda called me that on an 8-inch live edge mold from Pouring Your Heart Out, her eBay store. It's a great size mold. I am going to attempt, and I don't know why it's not sticking properly onto my piece, but we shall see. I am doing a technique that is from Petra, and I will link her video below. All of us have been trying different techniques after we've learned the resincourses.com process of dragon flower, fairy flower, etc. I will start pouring and describe to you what I'm using. My first color is resin mixed with Holbein Ultramarine. I am guesstimating the proportions and ratio. So I will pour it at the edge. I hope I have made enough resin for this big mold. I have so many coasters from this design or these techniques that I want to try and make maybe some platters or some bowls. So I sort of guesstimated using math to calculate what I would need for a bigger size mold on techniques that we've used on the smaller size molds. And you really need to check out Pouring Your Heart Out eBay store. She has some amazing live edge molds, different patterns, different shapes. So that was my ultramarine from Holbein. My next one is Naphthol Red Deep from Holbein. And this one I am going to pour. I'm going to wait till that blue comes in the center before I put in my second color. I'm using Bloom Pigment Paste from Pouring Your Heart Out. eBay store also Amazon also carries it. This is the texture or color, and I'm going to put it in my piping bag while that blue comes into the center. So excuse any crunching sound on the background. It is my piping bag being tied up. I still don't know how to use it without tying a knot at the end. So I just feel more secure using that. So while that still moves to the center, I will get my piping bag ready, so excuse the noise. If you haven't checked out resincourses.com, please do so. I will link it below. I will also link Petra's design on this particular design below, her video that she did. I will also link Pouring Your Heart Out link below for her YouTube channel, because she has so many wonderful fairy flower, dragon flower, fantasy flower, dots. I mean, she's just done amazing pieces, and we love following her. Learned so much. Okay, so that's coming into the center nicely. In another cup, I have mixed up some gold mica powder. I don't have the brand name because it was just in a packet that I received. So it's just a gold mica powder. And I hope I can do the next step with that gold mica powder as steadily as that Petra did. Okay, so that's pretty much, I'm going to scrape as much of my red resin as possible. Now I like bright colors, so find the center, and then I'm going to just gently pour this portion of, or this amount of my second color Do you know how happy I will be if I poured enough resin and did the ratios right and this turned out? Oh, resin deities, please shine your light on me and give me a success. Okay, so that's that. I did fill up my lighter. I don't know if you saw my previous, one of my other videos where I had flames come out. It was quite exciting for a moment. So I'm just going to do it only in the center. Okay. Now, this is going to be interesting for me. I'm going to do, I should have put this in a piping bag. Oh well. Let's try. So I'm going to just do spirals. Now, when Petra did this, she used a square mold, and she just did sort of square square lines. So I'm doing a circular motion. So now that some of us have gotten really into these, ooh, I think I did too much of this resin. Oh well. So now that some of us have done quite a bit of the resincourses.com techniques, I'm going to go back. We're all now experimenting with metallic mica powders. And please do check out the fantasy flower technique that Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out created. Quite a unique, oh my goodness, I don't know what's happening there, that it's coming in. Oh well. Maybe I nudged it, I don't know. So I'm just going to pour. Obviously I did too much of the mica powder. I don't want to use it all up because I don't want it to overpower. So I'm going to stop. And as I say that, I keep going. So there's some left over. All right, now with my piping bag, I'm going to snip a little edge off. Oops, dropped a cup. Hang on a sec. About that much. And then I'm just going to start. Oh, got to get that rhythm going. There we go. There we go. So I hold it on a horizontal level. Ooh, it's coming out really fast. Ah! Okay, let me go this way. Slow down, drops. Don't come out so fast, please. Now I went very light on my bloom, number of drops. Oh gosh, come on girl. Get a nice wriggle on here. I like that wriggle on from Miss Julie on Pouring Your Heart Out. She has some great expressions. Julie, if you're watching, I hope you don't mind, but they're so appropriate. Boy, this is just coming out like NASCAR race car driving. Oh my goodness. Maybe it'll slow down if I do that. Oh, I hope that's not a sign this is not going to turn out. I'm going to be so sad. This is the fastest I've ever dotted, and it's only because my bloom pigment is with the resin is just coming out so fast. And so much for the round shape. Okay. The resin I'm using is Art Pro from resinpro.com. It's a 3:2 ratio resin. I have found that it works for me for my area, which is Washington State. Even though it's now coming into winter and fall. Hopefully I don't jinx myself by saying that now. And I don't do it all the way to the center. I leave it blank. Then I am going back on the edge of the outside. And I seem to have more control right now. I will clean up those messy pieces or messy sections of resin that spilt over on my mold. So I've tried another technique, I can't remember which one, in this big 8-inch live edge tray, and it didn't turn out. So we shall see. Just that I have so many coasters. It's just coming out of my ears. I've had to give them away just to make room for storing in my garage. So I want to try and see if we can expand our comfort zone, but I don't know. So thank you for coming on this ride with me. And oh, I wish I remember how much Petra kept doing. So I'm just going to keep doing because this is a huge mold. I think it needs more drops maybe. I don't know. I wish I understood resin or understood it better. There's some folks that really understand it and can think about what to do. I am not one of them. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put more dots here on the outside. Maybe I'll put some more in the middle too, because what I'm going to do now is I am going to place you on a brief pause because I'm going to mix a fresh clear batch of resin, and that is called the push that you put at the end or towards the end. So I will be right back. Alrighty, so I have mixed a fresh clear push is what it's called, and I'm going to pour it in the center. May not have made enough, but oh well. As long as it was, you know, as long as it covers the edge or goes to the edge, that'll be great. So now I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to torch it. And then I chose blue and gold for my glitter center. So I'm going to get that ready. And all I do, I love these little spoons. So as that's coming into the center, I will, oops, my little container is upside down. And then I'll put some gold in there. I think I got this glitter mix from Temu. Not sure if that's going to be enough, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to just, I have some that fell out onto my wax paper here, so I'm just getting it together to add, to pour some more into my mold, into the center. Ah, I knew, I always do that. Ooh, so maddening. Okay, I'm going to try and get that one out. Get up. Come on. Okay, good. Good girl. Good girl. All right, then I'm going, oh my goodness, I just noticed that my white got dropped down. So let me poke this down. Hopefully it'll be a mixture that can be seen. Okay, now more dotting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, and this is from Lillian's metallic dot course, where you do part of this and then you go where there's a clear spot and you add more dots. And this time I am going to go into the center. Okay, my white is thickening up, so that's a good sign, I think. Then I'm going to go back out. And this will be a good experiment to see if on a bigger mold and using this technique, first of all, if it works, and then secondly, if you need to put more dots to create more petals. So that'll be really interesting to see. Oh, still having a hard time today. I must not have put enough blue pigment paste into my resin. You know, I think if I understood how this resin worked, I would, you know, maybe think about more things to do. Like, you know, do you need more dots on the outside to create more petals or puffy petals? Because what we want is puffy petals on this one. Okay, now since I have resin, I am going to do another row on the outside because I am playing and experimenting. I suppose what I could do is draw M's on the outside like the dragon flower, but I'm too afraid to do that right now. Yes, I can sometimes be a scaredy cat and then a daredevil. Must be the Libra in me. As always, feel free to fast forward through any of the process. And what I'm doing here is just adding more flowers, hopefully flowers, drops, dots, because I made so much. So I may have done way too much. Man, this is many techniques in one. I'm thinking that because it's a bigger mold and the petals might sort of come out bigger, so to maybe make them smaller, I put more dots. I don't know. That's my thinking. We shall see how that thinking pans out. Okay, I'm just going to do just a few more out here. I'm going to leave the inside alone to hopefully get some puffy flowers, hopefully. Okay, that's it. That is all she wrote. So, final torch. And as you can see, I'm staying out from, I'm staying in the inside of my mold, not going on the outside. And we shall see you again shortly. Okay, it's time for demolding. And it's soft enough. Oh, not quite. Let me see. Oh, yes. Woof, phew. Because I'm hoping that if it's nice or turned out good, I want to shape it. But since it's soft, and I want to make sure, and this is assuming it turned out good, I'm going to place some mold release on my plastic bowl. Sometimes I don't need to do that, but because this resin is soft right now, I think I better just to be safe. So I'll be right back. The suspense. All right, so I did shape it. I had a little difficulty taking it out of the bowl, so I struggled with it, got it out, and didn't have to have you go through that agony. So here is this one again. And although the fairy flower didn't happen on the outside, I really like the inside. It's sort of, and I kind of like the blue and gold. So I'm happy with this bowl, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.